This is my favorite scene in The Wire.
When you walk through the garden, you gotta watch your back. Well, I beg your pardon.
In the season 3 finale at the 45-minute mark, this is by far my favorite shot in the whole show. To find out why this is my favorite shot, I have to explain a little bit about how the camera works in the show. First thing that I realized while watching the show, besides for the great writing, is I noticed how understated the camera work is. This is all on purpose from a show created from a real-life homicide detective and a reporter. The main inspiration that they got for the show's cinematography is from Frederick Wiseman, a documentarian. They wanted the show to feel like real-life characters going through real-life situations with the camera just there to report what's happening. They also knew what they didn't want from the camera.
The thing that I brought to the table with that was I never wanted to see the camera fish.
What does fishing mean? Well, I think a good example would be from Season 3, Episode 2 of Better Call Saul. So in this scene, the characters have no idea what's in this place and who's in this place. The camera seems to know who's in this place, and it's almost winking at the audience saying, we know who's there. And if you watched Breaking Bad, you immediately know who to associate this restaurant to. This is the exact opposite of what David Simon wanted from the show.
Jump cut. I never wanted to see the camera know more than it ought to know. The camera could be a smart person. It didn't have to be stupid. But it couldn't know more than the camera should know. And
for me, this meant that the camera shouldn't know more than what the characters already know. Everything that the character knows at that moment is all that the camera will know. They also didn't want the camera to distract from the characters. They didn't want the camera to be noticed. Throughout all 5 seasons, they've been very vigilant, keeping the same style. There's only really a couple times where the camera makes itself known. The big ones for me are this shot in Season 1, and this shot in Season 2.
These guys, they got a big operation to protect. They're global, like.
Yeah, they're really something, huh?
You got no idea.
Oh, I think I got a pretty clear picture of what they're about. We ain't talking about a bunch of thieves rolling drums.
And my favorite shot in Season 3.
Tony, where's my vest, man?
Each one of these shots breaks the rules that were established for the camera. But it's not only my favorite shot for breaking the rules, but it's also my favorite shot because I think it says a lot about one of the show's main characters, Jimmy McNulty. Jimmy McNulty is what he refers to as good police. Jimmy is the first character we see in the beginning and the last character seen in the end of the show. Jimmy's the first character that the show really focuses on, and he's pretty much a complete asshole. He's constantly drinking, cheating on his wife, treats everyone around him like they're inferior, compulsive, obsessed with himself, and has no time for his family. But he does have one redeemable quality.
Motherfucker.
He does good police work.
Natural police.
Fuck yes, natural police.
He's basically the best of the police force. Or at least he believes he's the best. He'll do whatever it takes to solve the case, to catch the bad guy. Through the first 2 seasons, we see his will to be a good police push the police department to solve these big cases. Even when he's taken off as a detective, he still finds a way to get other people to support these big cases. To get these big drug dealers or mass murderers. His motivation for the case is a little bit obscure. Is he doing this as an excuse to say he's a good guy? Is he doing it out of the honor he has for the city? In my opinion, I think he's doing it because he has such a big ego that he thinks he could single-handedly clean up the street.
In this town, we're as good as it gets.
Every case he thinks, this is the one. With this case, I could finally stop crime in Baltimore. Just one more big one, then I could say I stopped crime in its tracks. He wants to be the knight in shining armor. That if he just had a little bit more time, and the bosses stopped hounding him, he could really make a difference. In Season 3, he has the same mentality, chasing Stringer Bell, a guy he's been chasing since Season 1. He's now got an ego more inflated than ever, and he believes this will be it. This case will take crime apart from the seams. But throughout Season 3, he starts to realize something. This case is big, yeah, but is it really going to change anything? It even feels like the police department doesn't even care about this case. More time being spent on the discussion of Bunny Culver's drug-free zones than this case. More than anything, I think the season really breaks down Jimmy's beliefs.
It's like everything I poured into a glass came out the bottom. And I just kept on pouring. Like the thing had a hole in it, you know?
Throughout the entire season, it breaks down everything that Jimmy believes will happen when he solves his case. That it might be talked about in the news. That he could be the one with a smirk on his face, cuffing Stringer Bell.
On the wire, I caught him.
That it isn't just another case.
Tell me something, Jimmy. How exactly do you think it all ends?
What do you mean?
A parade? A golden watch? A shining Jimmy McNulty Day moment? When you bring in a case so sweet, everybody gets together and says, oh, shit, he was right all along. We should have listened to the man. The job will not save you, Jimmy. It won't make you whole. It won't fill your ass up.
I don't know. A good case.
Ends. They all end. The handcuffs go click and it's over.
By the end of the season, Jimmy feels, well, he just feels so...
Until the next case.
He just seems so ready to be done. Done with drinking, done with womanizing, done with the case.
I'm tired, Bunk.
At the end of the season, Culver and Jimmy share a beer at the Western District, each of them talking about what transpired during the season. Jimmy talks about solving the case, and Bunny Colvin's broken experiment. Then they stop talking and do a tradition that has been going on for years in the Western. Then the camera shows itself. And you realize... that it's just another case.